This cold, wintry Saturday morning, Minneapolis is under siege not from foreign forces but from federal agents. For the third time in 3 weeks, United States immigration enforcement officers ICE have shot and unalived a Minneapolis resident during a federal operation that has already split the city, inflamed national politics, sparked a widespread protest. This time, the victim was reportedly a 37-year-old American citizen and a lawful gun owner. A local Maine official said he had no serious criminal history. Federal authorities are claiming self-defense. Eyewitness videos and community outrage tell a different story. This is the latest chapter in a crisis that has now reached a boiling point. He was a son, he was a father, he was a friend, he was a cousin, he was also a nurse. The most credible reports confirm that the shooting occurred in the East Street neighborhood near Nicollet Avenue and 36th Street, or East 36th Street, 26th Street, excuse me. According to Department of Homeland Security's agents were conducting a targeted immigration enforcement actions when the man, later identified by the city police as a U.S. citizen, again a licensed firearm carrier, allegedly approached agents while armed with a 10mm handgun and 2 magazines. DHS claimed the officers fired what they describe as a defensive shots, and I'm gonna play a clip for you guys. Again, viewer discretion is advised. This video is from Aaron Parnas TikTok page, from the angle of the woman on the wearing the pink. I do not own copyrights to any of this video that I will display to you guys here. The whistles you're hearing are protesters not disturbing or causing any type of violence in the street, exercising their American rights. The man that will be unalived shortly is the one that's filming. He is basically protecting a woman that's been harassed by ICE agents, pepper sprayed, and before he's even taken down to the ground and shot at and murdered, he, as you can see here, there is a woman being pushed by ICE agents. He's being severely pepper sprayed, as you can see. This video is in real time. I'm not speeding it up or anything of that nature. You can see a group of men just basically swarm on him. It's very hard to watch this. It's really hard to watch this. A man was practically doing what he's licensed to do as a doctor, as a nurse. You're there to protect and help people. That's what he was doing. And moments later, he has been shot several times, as you can see, while he's laying down.
The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do?
Just rewatching that clip is giving me literal goosebumps and just in utter shock. This is happening in the land of the free, the land that's supposed to uphold law and order. And from what we have been seeing in recent weeks and months, there is not law and order here. As you saw, he had multiple agents restraining him, followed by gunfire in rapid succession, more than a dozen shots, according to eyewitnesses in the video. Other witnesses on social media claimed the man was filming the operation when agents tackled him. Then shots were fired, even when he was disarmed. Which is basically a narrative that is contradicting federal claims. At least one eyewitness account says agents attempted to enter a nearby business, were refused, and then became aggressive with observers, leading to the confrontations that you saw in this video. So this incident marks at least the third fatal shooting involving federal agents in Minneapolis in January 2026 alone. Earlier this month, as we mentioned, another 37-year-old Renee Good, a U.S. citizen, a mother, doing a large enforcement operation. This happened in January 7th. Another shooting in mid-January left a Venezuelan man wounded during an ICE traffic and another man in Los Angeles a black man has also been unalived by ICE. So both these events contribute to the rising tension against across Minneapolis and all of the nations, a heightened scrutiny of federal immigration enforcement tactics. Now, federal authorities maintain the latest shooting was justified because the man was armed and resisted disarmament. They argue officials acted in self-defense, and if I'm being quite honest, nothing that I saw in there show that this man was resisting anything other than defending a woman that was defenseless, right? So, but many Minneapolis police officers and city's officials have expressed alarm at the casual nature of the lethal force and the lack of transparent communication from federal agencies. Nothing, this noting that discrepancies between witness videos and official statements. Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Ferry have publicly condoned the continued presence and actions of federal agents. As you're gonna see here, a couple clips that I'm gonna post or post that these officials have said. And just yesterday, Friday the 23rd, we had over 50,000 protesters in Minneapolis gathered, at the scene, transforming residential streets into flashpoints of protests and confrontations. And there was some, from what I've read in the reports, there was some tear gas and crowd control measures were deployed, and officials declared an unlawful assembly in some areas. Social media feeds from Minneapolis and beyond show mixed outrage, disbelief, and fear. Some users, individuals, are accusing federal agents of, executing American citizens without proper cause, while others express support for the ICE agents, with perceived dangers and stuff like that. So the American Civil Liberty Unions, ACLU of Minnesota, has issued statements condoning the killing and demanding an immediate, independent investigation, arguing that federal enforcement tactics have become reckless and endanger communities. So this shooting comes amid an ongoing legal battle over the scope of federal immigration enforcement, including existing lawsuits challenging the warrantless arrest that we mentioned yesterday on an episode, racial profiling, and retaliatory actions against protesters. So, and a recent federal appeals paused lower courts to limit on tactics of federal agents can use against peaceful demonstrators, temporarily restoring broader authority for U.S. agencies while litigation continues. So the situation has escalated into a political firestorm, with state lawmakers, civil rights groups, and national figures calling for thorough investigations and restrictions on federal enforcement powers. Now, what's next? Federal agents and local investigators local investigations is underway, with demand of transparency and a independent oversight. Protesters are expected to continue as community leaders and citizens push back against these federal tactics. The city remains tense. Everywhere in America right now is tense, with law enforcement. Again, I mentioned this earlier, it's not an immigration thing. Okay, this is far deeper than that. It's far deeper than, immigrants are here illegally. It's far deeper than that. So with law enforcement preparations and public demonstrations likely to persist in the coming months, days, and weeks, this is going to be an ongoing story. I'm going to do my level best to go ahead and update this report as new information becomes available. There was a press conference held by Commander Bovin, I believe, and there was a news reporter that basically said, the Commander, everything that you're saying contradicts all the videos that we've been seeing on social media. And the commander didn't take that question. So unfortunately, a life has been lost again. It's very, very sad. It's heartbreaking. This has to stop. There has to be an end to this. Until next time, I leave you in peace.